reasons why cancer can survive anyways, and there's no reason to be on a no-carb diet.
So there's one aspect of this conversation that Calvin is covering that is missing. And it's missing in just about all discourse on every major chronic disease. And the point that you're making, that cancer can thrive in high glucose environments, but is also capable of gluconeogenesis in the absence of glucose, is an important one to know, because it's not just something, oh, well, if I stop eating sugar, everything gets better. So if cancer is able to survive off of all of these different macronutrients and metabolites, what's a common denominator in all of those metabolic pathways that could theoretically throw a wrench in cancer metastasis, regardless of the macronutrient? And I argue that it is iron. Iron plays a role in the proliferation, metabolism, and metastasis of these cancer cells in regards to their growth and progression. So consider the two main ways that cancer makes energy. It's through oxidative phosphorylation and glycolysis. So when we think about oxidative phosphorylation, this is how mitochondria make energy. And iron is the rate-limiting step in every single complex, 1 through 4, of the electron transport chain. Mitochondria are the most iron-dense organelle in the cell and thus create the most ROS. So oxidative phosphorylation is in the mitochondria. Glycolysis happens in the cytoplasm. But as luck would have it, the Warburg effect in these cancer cells states that these cancer cells prefer glycolysis over oxidative phosphorylation. So it'd be no coincidence that people with cancer often exhibit iron dysregulation. As you can see, iron plays a major role in glycolysis in several different ways. Calvin, I don't know if you noticed this, but in that paper you referred to talking about how ketogenic diet may actually not help, the way in which ketogenic diets do help with cancer is that it promotes ferroptosis, which is cell death initiated by iron. So I would argue that given cancer's adaptability when it comes to resources that it's able to metabolize and turn into energy, you should be worrying about the fuel that sparks the fire, not the fuel itself. And iron is that spark. For those of you that want to know where I'm coming from with this, I have been targeting iron regulation in the development of diabetes. I think once you start to learn more about iron metabolism and iron dysfunction, you'll start to see the inflammatory effects of that dysregulation with its fingerprints over everything.